I grew up in Ohio, Yellow Springs, Ohio. Yellow Springs was a small college town. My father was a college president, and my mother was, I should say, maybe just a homekeeper. I had a brother. We were 15 months apart, and we grew up practically as twins. Our parents took us everywhere. My father was with the League of Nations, and he was on a kind of a speaking tour. We went to Europe, and back in those days they didn't have any airplanes, so we went by ship. In the following year, we traveled across the United States from one end to the other. In between times, we had the summer home at the beach in Massachusetts. We were extremely busy. I taught about a year and a half before the war broke out. The male students were leaving, the male professors were leaving, and suddenly we didn't have any men around. And I decided to join the Navy so that I could be more in the middle of things. The women were called WAVES. The WAVES stood for Women Accepted for Volunteer Emergency Service. We were restricted to the continental United States, and we couldn't be married. My duties were to replace a man wherever they wanted the man to go to sea. The war was over, and the soldiers and sailors were beginning to come home, and John L. Lewis was the head of the Coal Mines Administration and called a strike. Truman was very, very upset. He said, "You can't do that. The soldiers and sailors are all coming home." The government took over the Coal Mines Administration, notified all the coal mines and miners to stay open and keep working. I was asked to serve as administrative officer for the Coal Mines Administration. I had the responsibility of delivering those notices all over the world. In those days, the movie theaters all had newsreels as a part of the program. My aunt and uncle saw the newsreel. My aunt said to my uncle, "That looks like Erma." They sat through the whole movie again so they could be sure. My husband was a pilot in the Marine Corps. We had some very interesting experiences together. One of them was an invitation from the Officers Club in Canada for this official Canadian dinner, with 6 glasses on the table, and you had one for the Queen and an appetizer, then you'd have another one for the Queen. And it was really quite interesting.
She traveled a lot when she was young. As I was growing up, we did a lot of traveling. With her second husband, they did a lot of traveling. She was able to put together her memoirs, a lot of documentation about her life. She had a lot of pictures, a lot of newspaper clippings, and then she supplemented that with text that she wrote, and of course letters and all that, and put it together. And I think that's remarkable because it's such a tribute and a way to look back at all the things that she's done.
Being outdoors is something very, very valuable in your life. Not only for the health involved, but for what the beauty that you partake of when you're out. It keeps your lungs full of fresh air, and it gives you a feeling of being independent, being relaxed, and there's nothing like it.